Hi, I'm Matt Creamer, Senior Editor at Advertising Age, and I'm here with Brian Monahan, Global Lead for Social Media at Universal McCann, and we're talking for MBTV. Brian, you just conducted a seminar here at McCann about something called gravitational mass media. What is that?
Well, we figured that the world needed another buzzword, so we would just come up with one. Now, gravitational mass media is based on the insight that bodies attract bodies, both celestial bodies and human bodies. And we see an opportunity using social media technology to bring like-minded people together to interact around a piece of content that creates this dense core that then attracts more bodies to it and essentially builds an audience over time.
So what's an example of that? You were on stage with folks from Facebook and Microsoft. How does that fit into this whole notion?
Yeah, Gail Troberman from Microsoft showed a great case study, a program called Exec Tweets that was done for the campaign that Microsoft was doing targeting business decision makers. And essentially what they did was they created an environment. It was a sort of a curtain site of the Twitter stream for business decision makers. So they invited in business people who were talking about business-related subjects and provided an opportunity for the community to join that conversation, share it, follow it. And the results are pretty interesting. They've got almost 200,000 people now who are following Exec Tweets. And in a world where there's only 2 million or so business decision makers in the United States, to get 10% of them, with plus or minus in targeting, following, that's a pretty good success rate.
Sure. So how do they view it then? What do they do with those 200,000 followers? How do they use it? Is it an awareness play? Is it a CRM play? What's the value there?
That's a good question. I mean, we actually talked a lot about that on stage, about what is the value when you build a community like that. And in that case, in the Exec Tweets thing, it is a brand building campaign. And it's meant to sort of build a dialogue and involve other business people in this dialogue of how software can help a company save money. So it's definitely a brand building exercise, but trying to sort of balance pure entertainment, in this case sort of business issues, with sort of some selling messages around software sort of helps a business run more efficiently.
Sure. So B2B is one thing, but reaching consumers is an entirely different thing. What's an example of a consumer program that fits into this concept?
Staying in the Microsoft world, you can look at some of the stuff that Xbox has done to really build a community of like fanboys for, say, the Halo game. And there are some amazing sort of wikis out there where fans are sort of building out the narrative of the game. And it just creates a way to attract the fans, but then it creates all this content and they can share it out, and it just brings more people to learn about Halo and sort of extend beyond just that core gamer audience,
Sure.
Using sort of the content generating engine
Sure.
of the fans themselves.
Sure. So in your seminar, for those who weren't there, did the issue of monetization for the media asset and these kinds of things pop up? I mean, obviously for a Facebook, or for that matter for a Twitter or a MySpace, obviously they get the eyeballs there, they get mass eyeballs, they get targeted eyeballs, but how do they make money off this?
Building community and building these assets that generate an audience over time, it should sound a little bit scary to a publisher, right? Because it's essentially the brand becoming a publisher to some extent. But in order to get it going, you really need to sort of start the snowball rolling with some promotional activity. And I think Facebook and Windows Live realize that as long as they get brands sort of building on their platform, there will be natural extensions of paid promotion that help them make money and monetize the activity.
Right. Stepping back from this, I mean, you're a social media expert. What do you expect Cannes to have to say about social media and its impact on the ad world this year?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of conversation here at Cannes about social media, and even just sort of doing a quick perusal of some of the submissions downstairs. A lot of them in the various categories are part of a creative idea that has some sort of community extension to it. So it feels like the different creative categories here at Cannes are sort of blurring with a social extension, a community extension of a creative idea sort of across the board.
Sure. So you can't sort of put social media in a bucket, it's more kind of integral to the campaigns then?
I think that's right. Yeah, I think it's a way to take a creative idea, extend it, but with the gravitational media philosophy, it's about sort of taking it taking the idea of what a brand stands for and giving people a reason to sort of engage with it and put it in a container that makes it really easy for people to participate and share and just sort of amplify the idea of what the campaign is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that.